Preparing for 2026. What is it going to look like? And what am I doing to prepare? I think it's important to understand at a very deep level, especially if you're in the cryptocurrency industry. The game is absolutely changed. You have to play it completely different. I'll always be very transparent with you guys. Before I continue, do your own research. It's just my opinion, and I'm only sharing with you exactly what I do. Now, 2020 to 2022, I'll admit it. I was bought into the hopium, I was bought into the hype, and I got wrecked so many times. I was listening to hundreds of different people, jumping in and out of cryptos, trying to get pump and dumps, and I lost every single time. And then finally, during that transition, took a big 6-figure loss. There's these things called yield farming. And I was like, I will never, ever F with my money again. And that's what I started to build: systems, discipline. I stopped listening to hype. I started following logic. I started studying history at a deep level, and I started to see very clear patterns. Study Ray Dalio's Changing World Order, understanding things like the fourth turning. Study 1920 to 1929, understand that economic cycle. Study Reaganomics. It's going to be very familiar to Reaganomics. And when you study this stuff, it takes the emotion out of it. Because here's the truth. There's only interest in the system. That's it. You're either paying it or you're earning it. Take the emotion out of it. It's time to get real. You're either paying it or you're earning it. That's it, guys. There's no money in the system. Your money is not real. They pay you in someone else's debt. Income is different than cash flow. Warren Buffett has cash flow. He makes $1 million a day off Coca-Cola. Most Americans earn income. They get paid, and then they borrow against their future self. They save $1 that deflates every year. So you're saving $1 that becomes less valuable every year because of inflation. And you borrow against yourself, taking away from your future self because the interest payments and a liability that continues to devalue. What the wealthy do is they get income and they turn it into cash flow, and they take the cash flow, they put it into assets that grow. When the assets grow, they profit, they take profits because they understand cycles. Warren Buffett doesn't freak out when there's $5 gas. He thinks, I need to make some changes with my investments. When you're wealthy, you're not interest rate or inflation sensitive. Remember, only 10% of the population owns most of the stock market. So when people are complaining that these elites collapse the stock market, it's the elites that are collapsing the elite. The only way to get out of this trap is to start taking your traded time income, start buying assets that beat inflation. When those assets beat inflation and you profit, you build protection and you build a system. Let me explain to you how I'm preparing for 2026. It's going to look different. We are going to head into an economy, low interest rate economy. Remember, Reagan came in during high inflation. He brought down rates really low. He deregulated, exactly the same thing Trump is doing. Businesses went viral.